It's that time of year again, back to school season, and Instacart knows that the only thing harder than getting back into the swing of things is getting all the back to school supplies, snacks, and essentials you need. So here's your reminder to make your life a little easier this season. Shop favorites from Staples, Best Buy, and Costco, all delivered through Instacart, so that you can get some time back and do whatever it is that you need to get your life back on track. Instacart, we're here.
Welcome to episode 80 of Winging It. We're all going on a European tour. Hopefully we don't Samsung Spore it up like we did in the Intertoto all those years ago. We got the gang back together. It's Albert and it's Hesketh.
Hello.
Evening.
I've not got a beer. I'm drinking tea.
Oh, what? Is it a funny flavoured tea or is it just tea?
It's just tea. Drinking tea. Tea with a tea bag in out of the FA Cup winners mug.
Nice. Is that how you make it, Albert? Is that cool?
Big thumbs up.
Great. I don't drink tea.
Don't like I like the sentiment of the mug. I don't like the design. There, I've said it.
But you're okay with the tea bag being in?
It looks like something off Etsy or eBay.
I mean, it is off Etsy.
Well, okay. There's me thinking you were an official merch kind of guy.
You snob.
Don't get any fucking parish points for that one, mate.
Well, I'm not really lacking in that department, to be honest.
Oh, all right. Not lacking in modesty either.
There's nothing modest about basically doing the best part of every Palace home and away game for the 15 years that the points have been in place.
Well, you sounded just like Terry Byfield there, by the way.
Who?
I can't do it because I'm really nasal. Exactly like him. This is what I missed last week. Very exciting.
Well, it's a Phil Morgan mug, and it's I love it. Shout out to Phil.
Sorry, Phil.
Hey, everything can't be for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Hold it up. Just hold it up again. Hold it up.
I
like it. No, I like that one.
It's the goal celebration.
Yeah. I'll take it back. Not, hang on, as in I take it back. Not I would take it back, Phil, if you're listening.
Lovely. Right. Would you take back the new away shirt, Albert?
No, it's the best of the three.
I feel like this is kind of the overarching sentiment. It's the best of the three. You agreeing, Hesketh?
I'm agreeing. I like it. What I would say, and this is not criticism, is in the picture, it looks like the men's team are wearing white shorts and the women's team are wearing blue shorts. And I would like us, the men's team that is, to wear blue shorts too. But that's a small quibble because the shirt's nice.
The thing is, lots of people have pretended to like the other two. And then this one's come out and they're like, oh, yeah, this is the best one. Because they actually didn't like the other two.
Would you prefer the home kit if the sleeves of the white kit were on the home kit?
What?
So, you've got the big white stripe that you hate.
If that white stripe was red on the home kit.
What if it was red on one sleeve and blue on another sleeve?
No, fuck that. It works on the away kit. That wouldn't work on the home kit.
You've answered my question. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I like it. I'll have to sit up close. I like the home one. The away one.
Do you like the brown one? Sorry, gold one.
Someone was like baby diarrhea. Was what someone said to me.
Dijon mustard.
Yeah, championship winning shit.
In January.
I would like to say it's Marmite, but considering the 3 out of 3 thing is awful. I don't know.
It's a similar colour to Marmite.
Just for clarity, when we talked about, we was debating whether it was done because of the FA Cup win it wasn't, as we discussed on the counterpoint. It was like it must have been signed off before Christmas, and it was signed off before Christmas. We were wearing gold this season regardless. Just now can say, a bit like Chelsea, you know, with their match tickets, the top is now gold because they are world champions.
Oh shit.
I can't believe they're going to run with that for the full 4 years, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I like it. As you can see, it's very Leon. So I think our speculations is that the reason it was delayed was for the whole casting to be over and done with.
Definitely not a multi-club. Don't worry about the away kit.
On multi-clubs, I made a guest appearance on another podcast this morning.
It's like it's a sitcom.
Just a little cameo.
Guest appearance, little walk on.
Red Side of the Trent, it's called. I've done it because my work colleague is a Forest fan and he listens to it. So I was like, can you vouch?
Well, you
for
got in
this,
touch?
No, he got in touch with me, the guy from the pod. And then I told my colleague, do you know these guys? And he was like, oh yeah, that's my pod. I was like, that's the pod I listen to. And I was like, are they all right? And he was like, yeah, they're top lads. And I was like, so as long as you can vouch for it, because the reason why I'm always tentative to do other things like that is because I don't know if you're arseholes or not. Do you know what I mean? And I have to go off and research by listening to several of your podcasts to know if I want to appear on it or not. So having someone to vouch for it made up for it.
You still all right doing this one?
I was going to say, you're in trouble if you research your own.
Yeah. Only one arsehole on this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll let the listeners decide, Albert.
We'll let the listeners agree.
I think being almost 10 years deep into doing podcasts with each other, I think vouching for you guys is long gone. Okay. Just before recording, the absolutely biggest piece of bullshit to be thrown on the pile of bullshit we're having to deal with recently is the PFA Team of the Year was announced. Did you see this, Albert?
I scrolled past it. It all looked very red.
Yeah, they have crowbarred a centre back into right back at the expense of
Joel
Daniel
Ward?
Munoz. No, that's crowbarring a right back into centre back, isn't it?
Mate, he's a man of all seasons.
Yeah, man of a lot of seasons. No, Kirkes, who now plays for Liverpool, funnily enough, is in at left back. And either one of Saliba, Gabriel, or Van Dijk is playing right back, or Salah's playing right wing back in the team. I don't know. It makes no sense. But Munoz has been robbed.
Bullshit.
He definitely has.
Maybe they've just confused him as a steeplechase runner or something, long distance runner. Not actually a footballer, so they got a bit confused. I don't know.
Let's face it, it's all shit.
Yeah. Yeah. If he was wearing a Liverpool shirt, he would have been in the team in the season, that's for sure. But that would mean he wouldn't be wearing red and blue, and we don't want that. But I think we're going to have to put up with one of our players no longer wearing red and blue this week. Because...
Matthias França?
No, maybe even not for him if we can't get players over the line.
I'm still not ready to see Jeffrey Schlupp in a Norwich shirt.
Is that gold or yellow? What is it?
That's English mustard rather than Dijon.
But no, so Eze, I think, is going to happen in the next couple of days to Spurs. It's all just over quibbling over a few million here and there up front, or in a more structured way over a period of time or whatever. It's going to happen. I think it was quite clear.
Might as well give us a few million later on because we're not going to fucking spend it now, are we? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think it was clear at the end of the Chelsea game the way he acted at that. He knew he was out. But we're going to get a very large chunk of change for him, and replacements are lined up. Obviously, we would have wanted that to happen sooner and everything, but we are where we are. Albert, you look stressed.
No, not stressed at all. Circle of life, isn't it? That's what the Lion King was about.
Albert's been Eze out for about 3 years, so he's...
Everyone out. Just everyone out.
If anything, it's taken too long to let him go.
No, but the news we have, like, so El Khanous is all over the press and is absolutely correct and very likely to happen as one of the players who will come in. It's the second one which is a bit, who will it be? Who won't it be? What's happening in other games going on? But there's kind of 3 players who are in that bracket of we'd want to sign El Khanous and one of. And I think in order it goes Harvey Elliott from Liverpool. But as you called it before, Hesketh, Liverpool tax.
Yeah, I just feel
we've
like...
paid them enough in the past.
Exactly. Also,
go on.
I was just going to say I don't like his hair, so I'm out.
Isn't Doak about to go for about 27 million quid?
Yeah, he's just gone for, I think, 25 plus.
And I've never seen him in a Liverpool shirt. It's not to say he hasn't played, but Harvey Elliott is someone I regularly associate with seeing actually playing football. So I dread to think what the price is there, but a good player.
But a lot of my Liverpool mates are very patronising when they are meaning to say in a nice way, "Oh, Harvey Elliott would be sick for Palace." I'm just like,
Oh, fuck off.
Shamey wasn't sick for Liverpool when Dean Henderson saved his penalty in the Community Shield final. So at least Eze's penalty skills will be replaced sufficiently.
Like for like swap. Thank you very much. We all know where we stand. I don't mind if you miss, but just don't take ages fucking doing it.
Yeah. Then Christian Solis is also in the press, Greek guy at Club Brugge. I watched a lot of him at Fortuna Düsseldorf when he was on loan there from Norwich a couple of seasons ago. And I fucking loved him. Granted, that was second tier of German football, but he basically nearly single-handedly got them promoted because they wasn't that great a team, and he just took games by the scruff of the neck on a consistent basis and got them to the relegation promotion playoff that they have in Germany. And I think, if I remember rightly, they blew a 2-0 lead from the first leg and lost 3-2, which might have been the first time that had ever happened in that playoff. But that's not to say that was his fault. Really impressed with him, and he's gone to Brugge and he's got very, very good return there in goals and assists. So, but
he'll come to us and do Brugge all.
No,
I
don't think that's
On
true.
that one.
I don't think that's true. Like, if we're interested,
nor do I. It was just a bad joke.
If we're interested, the stats are statting, right? Like, because we've got him right so many times in the past, and a lot of it is based on this database that Dougie Friedman's now handing over to someone else. So we know that he's got all that, and I said this to someone on Twitter the other day. I trust my eyes. I've watched football long enough now. I know when I'm looking at a good player, I think, and I knew I was looking at one when I was watching him then. So I would love to have him. However, I think a lot of that will rely on Brugge have been very clear to say we don't need to sell. And if they make the Champions League, that will only stack that argument up further, and they're winning 3-1 as of now.
As we speak, the full-time whistle is just gone.
And they won the first leg at Rangers.
Yeah, within the first 20 minutes, he had 2 assists. So I think it's gone all right for him and not massively great for Palace in that respect.
Yeah, so A, it looks like they're going to qualify. B, he's only added value in his performance tonight. So I think it'd be a great sign-in, but maybe not. And then there's Rowe at Marseille. So he's having problems at Marseille at the moment. I think, who did he have an argument with?
He slapped Rabiot around the face, apparently.
Rabiot
is quite funny.
He's got a very slappable face, Rabiot, to be honest.
Yeah, he's not a popular guy in France, Rabiot. So I reckon probably slapping him around the face will endear Rowe to French football fans, to be honest.
Yeah. And as we said, we did all right with a Marseille winger last season coming in. So
Albert doesn't acknowledge ex-Marseille. Albert only acknowledges ex-Watford player.
I thought you were talking about Steve Mandanda, but
I was clearing stuff out at my old dear's house the other day and came across my Steve Mandanda.
Steve Mandanda?
That's where you've been.
I mean, his positioning was so bad. He's been in my mum's spare bedroom. No, I've got one of his gloves. I might have told this story before, but we were in a pub after his debut, and someone was like, "Oh, look, I've got Steve Mandanda's gloves." And me and my mate was already pissed, and we bought them off him and took one each. So I've got a random Steve Mandanda glove. There you go. You've completely thrown me. What was I talking about? Marseille wingers.
Watford.
Oh, Watford.
Watford.
No, so that's them lot. Then there's Hwang Hee-chan from Wolves. Wolves. I'm getting confused how to say it at the moment. My son says Wolves. So it's confusing me. Yeah, that's true. Like, going to be alone. That's to cover Nketiah, basically. That's nothing to do with Eze. That's completely separate. So
I guess that is linked to the news yesterday that we have a new sporting director, even though it's been not officially announced. Matt Hobbs from Wolves, who was there, I think, for 3 years. And who see, from what I was having a quick Google, quick look on Reddit, their fans seem to be pretty upset that he left. I think that his only sort of bad signing was giving Gary O'Neill a 5-year contract, which is pretty rough, to be fair. But looking at some of the players he brought in, you know, they look good, and he made a lot of money for the club from selling some players on, like Cunha and that. And apparently, he's been doing work with us for the last couple of weeks, so he's sort of feet under the table already, which is pretty good. So hopefully that will move things along a bit in the next 2 weeks.
Carl was telling me, he was like, my one input is that he's a fucking unit.
Great. Marinakis, we're coming for you.
Sporting director or Hwang?
The supporters, both really. Hwang's a bit of a unit as well. But no, Hwang is... He had a really good performance against us at Selhurst. Did he come on and score a goal and cause us problems in a game? Was that last season?
I think that was after Mateta scored with his back.
Yeah, it could be. Or assisted with his back. Didn't he knock it down to Eze with his back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Nice. Good memory. Yeah, so that's for that. And then there's Mark Gay, which... it's really disconcerting that there's like a really raunchy sex thing going on your TV over your shoulder, Albert.
Oh, yeah.
That's for the Patreon.
Should we go to a break? Play the Sky ad.
No.
Albert, hands on the table, please.
And remember, every match day, we're watching you. Yes. Have sex.
Anyway, Gay is.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a no. Sorry. Just turn that off.
Yeah, it's annoying we're in this position that he's not gone yet. We would have wanted this to happen at the beginning of the summer, and then we would have been able to get Diamonde probably from Sporting Lisbon, but that looks very unlikely to happen now given how late Gay's gone. So Gay will likely end up at Liverpool, and then this is going to upset people, we'll replace him with a loan for this season and then look to replace him next summer, and then maybe add another centre-back young prospect. But hey, Chalobah came in and did a decent job. Maybe there's stuff in that market. There's things to be had, so we'll see. But he's, Chalobah had a really good game against us on the weekend, to be honest. I thought did really well. So, but I doubt it will be him, given that he's starting for them. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so see what happens there. And as I say, fully replace Mark next summer, which hopefully will be Diamonde. Year further into his contract, takes a bit of value, comes down a little bit. Maybe we can get him for a little bit cheaper.
Who wouldn't want to sign for the Conference League champions?
And play Champions League football, as we've established, because did you listen to the pod last week? I know I was on it, but you listened to it, so you might remember better. Did I talk about Glasner's win percentage? I didn't do this, obviously.
I don't think so.
I pulled together all of his games since he took over, and then did it on a rolling 25-game basis. Plotted it on a graph. His win percentage and loss percentage, and they just go towards, like, in the last 10 plot points, they just skyrocket in opposite directions. And if you extrapolate it over league form and over a 38-game season, you're talking like 80+ points is how we've been performing basically for the last 15 games or so. And everyone's holding up the whole stat of, like, we haven't lost in our last 10, and we've played Chelsea away, Arsenal away, blah 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 away, like all of that, and then also Liverpool, Man City in the finals, and you can't help but just notice how impressive it is. And
I know a lot of people have said it, but it sort of underscores how much we should back him, really. He's done that with a squad that is pretty small and has deficiencies is quite a strong word, but like could definitely have better depth, and which would help out. And at the moment, have had 2 signings added to it, albeit in positions we need. But hopefully by the end of the window, I think that's what really matters. I know he wanted players in early, but like we said before, it's different to last year because our first team are here, and you could see in that Liverpool game and the Chelsea game that we're playing pretty well. So by the end of the window, if we've got 3 or 4 more players in, I think we'll have done all right.
Yeah, if it's the 2 out that we expect and then 4 more in, because I mean, we might Edouard might end up going as well, but no one was ever counting him in anything anyway. So
yeah,
well, they weren't, were they?
He doesn't count. No one is counting him anywhere.
But yeah, but if it's like 2 loans in, 2 permanent signing in, and the 2 going out, that's a bit more depth added. Maybe a slight reduction in quality, but again, I trust Glasner to get a tune out of anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
As I was telling the Red Side of the Trent podcast today, he's turned Will Hughes into a world-class midfielder, much to their disgust. But yeah, so yeah, I trust Glasner to get a tune out of anyone. So I'm sure, we all was certain that there was no way Sarr would be able to even, tie the bootlaces of Michael Elise, but here we are. Not saying he is Michael Elise, but the goals and the assists are there, so yeah, that's where we are.
And if no one else comes in, Ollie Glasner can rest assured that we have signed an official battery partner for this season. So
we have.
I missed that one. I saw the airlines one.
Oh, come on, mate. Call yourself a fan. Come on, mate. Jesus. Stop doing your little data graphs, will you? Get your finger on the pulse. 20 hours ago it was announced.
Oh,
Official
dear.
battery power product partner, NOCO.
So that's another 50 quid in the transfer kitty straight away.
Exactly.
Was there anything about fully charging our European push?
I can't say I just saw the headline, to be honest. I've not even researched that.
You went straight out to buy some Nobo, what are they called?
NOCO.
NOCO batteries. They're
NOCO.
official Palace batteries, I mean.
I mean, I don't know, and, not to go on too much about it, they've definitely been advertising around the ground last season because every time it comes up on the thing, their typeface is very similar to Nokia. And I think it's a Nokia advert, and it catches me out every time. I
quite like that Albert has spent more time talking about the battery partner of the club than the transfers in. That's what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. When there's a transfer in, I'll fucking talk about it. Thank you. Great.
Do you know, this is so weird because it just twigged something in my mind, and I've just had a little Google on the side here. And this is a headline from February 2025. Watford Football Club is delighted to have signed a new partnership with NOCO, a global leader in battery power solutions. And all of a sudden, someone's getting super animated about NOCO batteries.
Listen, you've over-egged it. We're super animated. Come on, let's be honest.
Bouncing around on his chair.
Saar, Hughes, NOCO.
The Holy Trinity.
We'll be fucking resurrecting Graham Taylor next.
If I see you pick up that guitar behind you and start strumming Candle in the Wind, we're in trouble here.
Bit of Tiny Dancer.
Candle in the Wind is going to write an Eze version when he goes.
Or a Tony Danza version of Tiny Dancer.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's not talk about old youth team players. Michael Boateng might get thrown into the mix. Better left. Did you see that? I think we talked about it when it came out, but he's now officially been imprisoned for crystal meth smuggling.
Wow.
Yes. Okay.
It took a turn, didn't it?
It did. It did. But it's always like, headline grabbing, like former Crystal Palace star. It's like, well, he never made an appearance for the first team. So that's a bit of a stretch.
This is not a drill. You can get the new iPhone 16e with Apple Intelligence for just $49.99 when you switch to Boost Mobile.
Wait, that's the actual fire alarm. We need to go. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store for full offer details. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later. Restrictions apply.
Hey folks, it's Mark Marin from WTF. Today I want to talk to you about Boost Mobile, offering reliable nationwide coverage backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Love your service or get your money back, no questions asked. Boost Mobile offers the coverage, network speed, and service you're used to, but at more affordable prices. Why pay more if you don't have to? You can get an unlimited plan for $25 a month that will never increase in price, ever. No price hikes, no multi-line requirements, no stress. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or find them online at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 per month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Okay. The good news is we can get on to talking about the 0-0 draw at Chelsea, and the first line we can continue to talk about Ismail Assar. So with a brilliant clearance at the back post early on from a corner. Hesketh, there's quite a lot of tricky corners we had to deal with in that game. I thought they put they kind of took a leaf out of our book. Those whipping just over the first man at the near post and getting some flick-ons was causing some problems, but ultimately we dealt with them well throughout the game.
We did. The first couple went to Cucurella's head, and I was dreading seeing that little prick score in front of us. So I'm very, very thankful and very grateful to Sarr for getting his head on that one that almost went in. And yeah, like you say, I think the first few that they had looked well dangerous, but we kind of got to grips with it, thankfully, in the end. And saw the rest of them out pretty comfortably, I thought.
I mean, this comes as a shock to nobody, but you just forget, I think, until you see him again live in the flesh and understand once more what a cheating cunt Cucurella is.
Oh, I honestly can't stand him.
Oh, my word. Just can't believe it. And there was nothing better than the moment when he threw the ball straight out for a goal kick from a throw-in.
Right in front of us as
right
well.
in front of us. I think he was trying to throw it to Gittins.
Yeah.
And Gittins made a run in the opposite direction. He just threw it straight into touch. It's like, yeah, thank you very much. That's your karma for throwing yourself all over. Casado gets thrown into that mix as well, trying to get the sent off.
I lost it at that one.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
I've never like, yeah, I've never like hurt my leg and then jumped in the air like a fucking newborn, like, you know, start of spring Bambi. He like unbelievable. He was definitely doing it to get JP sent off, wasn't he? So he can go fuck himself and all.
Yes, indeed. Especially when you factor in the opposite end of the pitch, where Ebbs arguably should have got a second yellow for James when he nutmegged him and went round and got taken out. And he's, you know, I think it would have probably been a harsh, you know, because that would have been 2 fouls and 2 yellows for him, which maybe would have been a bit harsh. But, you know, the fact that he's gone round him and he's running towards an empty penalty area depends if you think rules should be you should be stickler for rules or not, isn't it?
Funny you should say that.
Funny you should say that. Now, first of all, Richards gets a knockdown and just misses finding Mateta at the back post from a Eze free kick into the box before we get to the Eze free kick. Albert, you always like to piss on chips. Are you going to tell us that you think this has been rightly disallowed?
No. Well,
actually,
by the letter of the law. Well, I mean, I don't feel bad saying it because I think they were saying it on Match of the Day too. They're like, we didn't even know that was a fucking rule. I obviously, watching it at home, seeing the VAR interface come up, you think, oh, it's for the shove. They've adjudged that Mark Gay, he's fouled. Was it Caicedo that he's sort of battling within the wall? And you think that's, already outraged about that. And you think, well, Caicedo's just lost a physical battle and that's a joke. And and then you find out what it's actually for. And apart from not necessarily knowing that that's a rule, it feels like, okay, maybe that's a new rule that has come in and I've not paid attention. And then you see that it's a rule that's been in place since 2018 or 2019. And then you go, I can't, I watch a fair amount of football, not as much as I'd like to or as much as other people. But I'm pretty sure I could hang my hat up on a hook that I'm sure within the last 6 years of me watching football, somebody would have been within 1 meter of a fucking wall. So it seems fucking stupid that we're nitpicking over it now. And, when you hark back to the Eze free kick almost a year ago to the day, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Like, how often do you see a direct free kick goal disallowed? It's like one of the rarest things you'll see in football. And it happens to Eze twice on opening day in consecutive seasons is bananas. But I mean, Hesketh, is there any coincidence that it's Darren fucking England is the referee?
I mean, I can't remember who it was. One of my group, as soon as we saw it was Darren England, like before the game kicked off, was just like, oh, well, like they're going to get a soft penalty or something. I think you kind of expect it from him now. I also read somewhere, and I can't corroborate it because I didn't look into it that deeply, but I read someone at the VAR guy who called the ref to look at the replay. It was his first Premier League game. So it's another one to add to the list. That always seems to happen.
Well, look, I'm happy. I'm happy for a Darren England pile on, but in this instance, you do have to. He can hold his hands up and say it was VAR. Doesn't make it any better.
No, I disagree though, because Darren England was the first referee in English football to go to the screen and go, "No, I'm sticking with my decision." And what team? Oh, was it against us?
Yeah,
Right, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
The thing that annoys me about it, and I know I'm going to sound like an idiot here, because obviously the rule is to obviously protect the integrity of a defending wall, but the fucking he's not tried to go over the wall or around the wall, it's gone the complete opposite way. So does it really fucking matter what's going on in what they have deemed the official wall? You've got 4 Chelsea players stood shoulder to shoulder, then a metre away you've got a gaggle of Chelsea and Palace players all forming what I might describe as a informal wall. It's just a fucking absolute, it's just a fucking nonsense, nitpicking bullshit rule that no one had ever fucking heard of until Sunday at 2:15.
Yeah, if Casado had got on the weights more, he wouldn't have ended up in the wall anyway, because Casado's not in the wall either. So that's what even throws in other stupid levels of complexity of it. Before the ball's in the net, Gay's actually behind the wall somehow. It's like, it's just much like the one against Brentford that got disallowed. You're disallowing something for something that's happened over there, which has got nothing to do with what has actually happened when the ball is going in the back of the net. And if there were Chelsea players running over to the referee going, "He was in our wall, this is a disgrace, you should be disallowing this," it's not. Sanchez, the goalkeeper, was just going, "Why have you all parted like the Red Sea?" And allowed in that shot through. And all it is because Gay has been stronger than Casado.
Yeah, agreed.
Infuriating. But,
if only that was the only decision that didn't go our way in the first half.
I did see someone refer to us as Little Known Rule FC now, which is very good. We do. Adam Wharton again, unbelievable, particularly for the chance he created for Mateta, who kind of got his final touch just before the shot, just left the ball behind him a little bit, didn't he? So he couldn't quite get off the accuracy on the shot, and ended up Sanchez saving it. But yeah, incredible stuff from Adam Wharton in the middle of the park in really tight spaces. Then you get the James on Eze. What do you think? Do you agree my assessment, Hesketh? A bit harsh if it would have been a second yellow, given that it would have been only second foul as well.
Yeah, maybe. But I think you see players do that a lot. And I think in the position that Eze would have been in had he not done it, I think that's a booking. So maybe harsh. But then again, like you say, if you're doing things by the letter of the law, which he did for the free kick, then he should have gone, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't necessarily think you can say, considering it was only his second foul, really that argument should only apply to your first yellow. Unless you've done something really, it's like, well, yeah, it's only your second foul, but you're on a yellow card. So again, if we want to play football by if you want to be nitpick rule FC. You give it, if you're fucking ruling out goals from direct free kicks for really, really minor fucking rule infringements, then you've got to toe that line for the rest of the game. And we could sit here and say it was harsh, but there's a fucking really strong case that should be a second yellow.
Okay, and then Albert talks to me about the punch in Gay's head, because I haven't actually seen this one back. I did see the James one back, but we're at the other end of the pitch, so we just see because Sanchez was, from the long throws, was positioning himself in a very aggressive, I'm going to claim this kind of fashion.
Yeah,
and standing well out of his goal.
Well, I'm actually the opposite. Because it was my eldest's poorly timed birthday party. halfway through Sunday afternoon. So I only saw I obviously saw a lot of chat about it, and only saw it on the highlights. But yeah, it's quite really simple to explain. He's punched Mark Gay in the back of the head, and that should be a penalty.
Yep. Agreed.
Was it Gay got punched in the head up at Newcastle for that Eze penalty miss?
Ooh.
Nick Pope came flying through someone
He
there,
did.
didn't he? Oh, it was Richards. It was Chris Richards.
It was Richards. Richards.
And again, in a VAR charged game, shall we say? Again, if they've gone back and looked at that free kick and gone, no, how on earth they've looked at that and gone, play on.
He just,
I don't get it.
He was nowhere near the ball. He just did a Superman impression. He was just like flying two-handed in the air. Didn't get the ball. Bashed.
So he didn't even get the ball either.
Chelsea fans were saying, "Oh, he got the ball first." I don't think he fucking did. But
wow,
Darren
the
England
seam
disagrees.
of his glove might have made contact with the ball, but the other 98% of both of his hands definitely connected with Mark Gay's head.
Yeah, which is aggressive. Like it's like say you can win the ball these days with your foot and still be getting a red card because you've used excessive force and all of that.
Yeah.
I think flying Superman style 2 hands into the back of someone's head is probably constitutes unnecessary force, I'd imagine.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, again, you just got to imagine that, well, the internet is very, very quick, and immediately found Reece James' free kick at the exact same end against Bournemouth last season with 2 Chelsea players standing right in the Bournemouth wall before moving, and he scores. So I think we know if it was a Chelsea free kick, it would have stood. And undoubtedly, if it was Dean Henderson punching Chalobah in the back of the head, we'd have probably been seeing a penalty.
100%.
Because it's the world champions, don't you know?
And we're in a multi-club.
I mean, so are Chelsea, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but they're in a better one.
They're in one where people pretend they're not, so it's fine.
No one's written a letter about their one.
So
They might as well be in one with fucking Brighton.
Yeah,
Like the fucking
it's true. I saw a video of their. I think I talked about this. I saw a video of their owner, Brighton owner, talking about how Chelsea's his favourite customer.
I bet.
fair play.
Yeah. But I think
And then you ask Crystal Palace who's their favourite customer. Ask Chelsea who their favourite customer is, and they say us. Fuck.
Yeah. So second half, I think Chelsea were a lot better in the second half. Probably showing like the amount of depth they have now is just atrocious, really, and a lot more quality in depth than it just. Before, it always just felt like they had a lot of players, but now it actually feels like they've got a lot of good players, and having to be, João Pedro's run his arse off for 60 minutes, now bring on Delap to throw himself around like a battering ram, being able to freshen up the wingers with just as good quality coming on. For that, Estavo looks like he's raw, isn't he? But he looks very promising for sure.
He does look good, yeah.
Probably should have scored or left it for Neto, skied it over. We had an Eze shot from range that Sanchez pushed just over the bar. I was asking the question of if it's Sosa coming up the side of him and not Mitchell, does Eze pass it to him? Because if he did, Mitchell would have had a complete 3 shot on goal from very close in.
Yeah.
With not a Chelsea player in sight. But Eze went off shortly after, and I think it's clear that he knows it's his last game for Palace, so probably was trying for a bit of last glory. And they're not much, really. I mean, Mateta almost went prime Didier Drogba, taking an early volley, but he just didn't quite get it over Sanchez. Very, very unlucky. And I think Delap the same, had a volley over his shoulder, but he didn't quite connect. It went straight down Henderson's throat. And then all the way into stoppage time, they miss Sitter. Maybe is a bit much, but finds Santos on the edge of the area, and he loops it high into the home end. Thankfully,
Definitely should have done better with it. That's for sure.
Should at least hit the target for sure.
Yeah.
But we get away with a 0-0. So it keeps us level on points for last season because we got a 1-1 there last season as well, didn't we? So.
And just to clarify, where are we in the table? Haven't checked.
12th again.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Exactly. Home sweet home.
Love it.
Right. So just after last week on the podcast, we released our statement about CAS. So just after we recorded. So we haven't talked about this yet. Do you need reminders of how it went?
Yes. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the no-code battery.
I mean, I'm sorry, mate. I don't know why it just twigged the memory. I was like, "Why? I've seen no-code somewhere before," and I don't know why I'm associating it with Watford. Yeah, it was.
I don't know why you're associating me with Watford.
For the last 6 years.
Fuck no-co.
Oh, so
Do what you want with them.
Sun Express Airlines was the other thing, wasn't it? And they fly to Turkey apparently.
Are there any Turkish teams in the Conference League?
Aren't Besiktas in it?
It would have been helpful for the final of the Europa League being in Besiktas.
Yeah.
But anyway, great filling, lads. I found the statement now.
Right. Good work, guys.
So it says, at a time when we should be celebrating our victory in the Community Shield at Wembley, the decision by UEFA and followed by the Court of Arbitration for Sport shows that sporting merit is rendered meaningless. When we won the FA Cup against Manchester City on that momentous day in May, our manager and players earned the right to play Europa League football. We have been denied that opportunity. It appears that certain clubs, organisations and individuals have a unique privilege and power. This growing and unhealthy influence has shattered the hopes and dreams of Crystal Palace supporters and does not bode well for aspirational teams all over Europe competing to progress when rules and sanctions are unevenly applied in the most flagrant way. Multi-club structures hide behind the charade of a blind trust, while clubs such as ours, who have no connection to another club whatsoever, are prevented from playing in the same competition. To compound the injustice, clubs that appear to have huge informal agreements with each other are also allowed to participate and even possibly play against each other. While we respect the cash tribunal members, the process is designed to severely restrict and, in our case, make it almost impossible to receive a fair hearing. The denial of all disclosure requests to obtain correspondence between the relevant parties, the refusal to allow witness testimony from those involved, and the general lack of formality and respect for law mean decisions cannot be properly challenged, leading to predetermined outcomes. That's incredibly strong. UEFA's decision has wider implications for the governance of the sport. A combination of poorly conceived regulations and their unequal application means our brilliant fans will be deprived of the chance to watch the team compete in the Europa League for the first time in our history. This should be a turning point for football. UEFA must fulfill its mandate to pass coherent rules which are properly communicated and applied, with reasonable cure periods to resolve uncertainty and consistent sanctions, treating all clubs equally with a proper appeal process. The European Court of Justice has made it clear that rulings similar to this will be under greater scrutiny from national courts in the future. Only then will fairness and due process be granted to every team. Although we continue to take legal advice on the next steps, we will compete in the Conference League with the same determination and will to win that characterises this incredible club. So a very strong statement, one that was very popular with Palace fans, went down really well. Even the HF commended it as well, which I think is a sort of testament to how strong it is in talking out against UEFA. But I think the main 2 points for me, I don't know what you guys think, is Albert talking about unofficial partnerships, obviously adhering to all the stuff that's going on between Marinakis and Textor, for example. And even we was joking earlier about Brighton and Chelsea doing loads of business between each other. Those kind of things, it's very strong. And you got to fancy that given all the legal processes they've been going through, they feel like that they're not compromising themselves by saying it.
No, and I mean, and the burden of proof would be on whoever wanted to take issue with it to, dredge all it up. And I can't see anybody who, anybody who feel that might be about them, doing a Donald Trump and piling him with a lawsuit, because the more digging you do, the more it'll probably unravel and unfold, and the UEFA decision, obviously backed up by CAS, will only appear to be even more ridiculous. I mean, it's a good statement. I'd love to know what the legal advice that it talks about would lead to. I can't see, I can't see without a really prolonged, expensive litigation process that we would end up being awarded any sort of damages. I'm not saying it's not unjust, but it feels like that's a road that we probably just don't have the time, expenses, or bandwidth to go down for little to no result. So it's a strong statement. They've not pulled their punches. I think it speaks to the fans. It puts a lot of the focus on the fans and how we're missing out as a fan group. And all eyes now have to go onto the competition that we are in. And you've got to look, we've got to look at it and say, it's the cliche, stick that up on the wall. And we've got to go and do our best in that competition and hope we can stick two fingers up to UEFA by winning the fucking thing.
In a Red Bull Stadium, no less. But it's I love the statement. I really did. In terms of the rulings, I'm sure we've requested the in-depth stuff that hasn't come out yet, and we'll see that will see the light of day at some point. As Carl pointed out last week, the fact that UEFA have been ruled to have to cover their own court costs tells you that we had an argument for sure, and they felt that it was fair that we took it as far as we did, because if they didn't, we would have had to have paid their court fees as well. So it obviously wasn't clear cut. It'll be nice to see that eventually, or probably not nice. It probably just pisses off even more. I imagine. Find out we were like one hair's breadth away from playing in it, but yeah, I think you're right. Just go and win the Europa League. Go and win the Conference League. Apologies. Which is starting this Thursday night live on Channel 5 against Fredrikstad of Norway. The fact that it's going to be on Channel 5 is kind of hilarious, really, because that was all the abuse back in school back in the day. Thursday nights on Channel 5. I didn't even realise Channel 5 was still going, to be honest. I assumed it had gone. But here we are.
I think it's on just before celebrity penis enlargements or...
is that what was on your TV earlier when I was getting distracted?
Honest.
Not mine. I'm excited. Maybe not every Palace fan is. I mean, we haven't quite sold out Selhurst Park yet for the game. Hesketh, what do you think this could be? Do you think the £30 is a bit too much? Or you think there's something else to it? I mean, there was an awful lot of people crying about not being able to get tickets for the Community Shield or the FA Cup final. And now there's a few thousand empty seats at Selhurst Park.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind £30. For me, that's what I pay for an away game anyway. And when I've bought tickets for mates, like single game tickets for mates during the season, even like shit seats in the after are like 60 something quid. I mean, I guess people think it's too much, but it's our first ever proper European game, ever. So I think £30 is right, personally. I'm pretty excited, I mean, all right, we all want to be in the Europa League, but we're not. So, as we've said already, let's get on and win this one. And it starts by hopefully humping Fredrikstad at home to set us up nicely for a nice little trip into I was going to say the fjords, but I don't know where the fjords are. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good. It's nice to say we're watching Palace play a European game. So, positive all round for me. Weirdly.
Weirdly, yeah. Completely out of character. No, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I've been seeing Fredrikstad fans on social media who are super excited that they're coming to Selhurst Park, which it's like that David Mitchell thing. Are we the bad guys? Are we the big guys?
Are we the giants
in this tournament? We probably kind of are, I guess. So, but hey, been in the Premier League.
It's us and Differdang.
Pre-recording, Albert discovered his favourite team name of all time.
It was Differdang, in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah, it was Differdang.
Differdang.
From ISL.
Differdang are from LUX.
Yeah.
Are they not? They're Luxembourgish.
Yeah.
Luxembourgian.
Luxembourgers.
I reckon I was going to say, I reckon it's Luxembourgeois. But I reckon you're right.
Luxembourgeois.
Bourgeois. That's why you like them. It's upper class.
Differdang.
Nice. So we'll look out for them in the draw, which takes place, I think, on the same night as our away leg in Fredrikstad, which is...
Oh, does it? I thought it was the next day.
I think it's the next day.
Is it the next day?
29th,
Okay.
I think.
That'll be handy. So get straight back to Cornwall for my holiday and be like, I need to book hotels and flights now. Yes. My itinerary of craziness is complete. People who follow us on socials would have seen it at Winging It CPFC on most platforms. It's going around the houses a little bit. To say
it stressed me out just reading it on a tweet, and it's not even my journey.
So it's sleeper train from Bodmin on Wednesday night at 11 p.m. into Reading.
So there's no leaves on the tracks.
Get 4:30 train from Reading to Gatwick. 9:20 flight from Gatwick to Gothenburg. 2:15 train from Gothenburg to Fredrikstad. And then watch the game. And then at 2:30 a.m, a bus from Fredrikstad to Oslo.
Jesus Christ.
Oslo to Heathrow at 8:10. And then 10:51 Heathrow to Paddington. 12:03 Paddington back to Bodmin. And I should land in Bodmin at 20-4.
Bodmin. Do they have swamps there? Yeah. Shit, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Also, you can't really get pissed in Norway because it's like...
Well...
It's
not as expensive as everyone's saying. Now, it is expensive. It's not 15 quid a pint. It's more like 7 quid a pint.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not...
That's all right.
It's cheaper than London.
Just about.
Well, then we can get pissed. All good. I take it back.
Yeah. So we'll see. And I'm basing this on having watched a video of a guy that does European derbies, and he did Fredrikstad last year. So less than a year ago, he was there paying £7 a pint. However, it was two Norwegian teams playing each other. Maybe with us coming to town, they might hike the prices.
The giants of Crystal Palace turning up, they might.
Yeah, exactly. But we shall see. But £7 is I can stomach that. Well, we have to stomach it in London these days. I was paying £7.60 a pint at Chelsea the other day. So there you go. But other side note thing to note is that when we do go to their place, artificial pitch.
Is it? Is that bad for injuries?
Well, I think it can be if you play on them a lot.
Okay.
I mean, you'd have to be really unlucky to get a bad one playing on it once. But yeah.
Francer, stay away.
Hamstring FC coming to town.
No, I think it's more you got risk of ACLs and things like that on artificial turf. Like there's a clear correlation between playing on artificial turf and,
and friction burns.
And friction burns.
And friction burns.
Yeah, but no. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Are you looking forward to, sorry to dive in just quickly, because it's coming up this week as well, the Forest game, and seeing what, if anything, the HF's banner says about Marinakis?
Yeah, well, I'm wondering they go old school. And remember what they did with Millwall with like the confused monkey and the signposts in different directions and stuff like that. Yeah, you could end up.
He'll write a very strongly worded letter, whatever we do. So
yeah. No, it's it's going to be good. I say I'll look out on our socials because I'll talk about the Palace Forest game with the Forest Pod, and we probably gets covered more in depth there. We can probably talk about this in Friedrichstadt after the facts in the Forest game. Yeah, we have to work out how we're going to get a pod out to you guys next week, given that me and Albert are both on holiday.
No one wants 1 hour monologues from me, so we'll try and figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can't do the pod. I'm just saying it's unlikely. I definitely can't go to the away leg.
I thought you were going to say that you're not saying you can't do it. It's just that if it's just me, you won't do it.
Wow, that doesn't need saying. I did look at flights from how you get from southern Spain to Oslo, and I think I calculated I'd missed 38% of my holiday doing it. So I will be hoping to find a Spanish bar that's playing
Channel Cinco.
Channel Cinco. Wasn't that the Spanish TV station in the Far Show? Wasn't that Channel 5? Yeah.
Well, anyway, look. So we've thanks to you guys stomaching ads and having to hear me and Albert make shit jokes about Now TV.
Terence is going to Norway.
No. Yeah, we haven't earned that much money yet. No, we have got some on the fly recording equipment now ready to go for when we're in the European games and so on, and we're going to give it a little bit of a trial run on Thursday at the Friedrichstadt game at home. So maybe if we get something good out of that, we might release that. So we'll see. There might be something in between us, this and Forest.
How many mics are there?
There's 2, but
how many people are going to be at the game?
I'll tell you what. I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi.
I'm going. Thank you very much.
Oh, are you? Well, all right. That didn't land.
I'm not sure what the Bluetooth range is, but considering you're in the Whitehorse and we're in the Homesdale,
yeah,
just shout.
Just shout really loudly.
Just get a really long boom microphone. Just swing it over.
Yeah, but then Mateta might kick it.
Wee.
Boom. That was a boom joke. Right. So yeah, look out onto the socials for any future pod activity over the next week, because we're a bit confused and up in the air at the moment. But it's almost as if it's the clues in the name of this podcast, to be honest.
Back of the... Oh, sorry. That was...
Okay, Matthew. Jesus.
That was... All right, Trev.
Brilliant. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for listening, and enjoy Europe on the home leg first on Thursday night. We're in Europe. Stop getting sad about other things. We've won the FA Cup, the Community Shield, and we're about to play European football.
New signing announced at half-time.
Exactly.
Thursday. Not the battery supplier.
I was going to say it's a battery mascot.
They're going to fly it in on a Sun Express mini plane.
What we really need is a half-time challenge that's battery-themed. Answers on a postcard.
Perfect.
Great.
So yeah, thanks for listening, and until next time, up the Palace.
Hi, I'm Derek Klassen, host of the Athletic Football Show. Today, I want to talk to you about Boost Mobile. offering reliable nationwide coverage backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Love your service or get your money back. No questions asked. Boost Mobile offers the same nationwide coverage, network speed, and service consumers are used to, but at more affordable prices. Why would you pay more if you don't have to? Boost Mobile also understands that change can be scary, which is why they allow you to try their service risk-free for 30 days. And if you're not happy, you can get your money back. So start saving on wireless today with Boost Mobile's unlimited plans starting at just $25 a month. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or find us online at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan. Customers who cancel within 30 days of activation will have Boost service fees refunded. Activation fees, if applicable, and phone payments will not be refunded. The Boost Mobile network, together with their roaming partners, covers 98% of the U.S. population. 5G speeds are not available in all areas.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn